I was going to say that, it wouldn't be the first time God told somebody to go out there and say God hates fags. Isn't that what the authors of the Old Testament books, where it says God hates homosexuality?
That's right.
Isn't that what God told them to write?
Yeah, but see, little Larry calling them fags isn't very Christian. Now you're name calling them, and that doesn't glorify the Lord. See, listen, folks. I wish those doing the criticizing ain't never done it. This is shock therapy. Don't you see it? It's shock therapy. It creates discussions and conversations. And everybody else is sitting in their church not wanting to do anything because they're afraid they're going to make Jesus look bad.
Dave,
Defenses. They actually hear what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, Roger.
I guess, again, John the Baptist, Elijah, Jeremiah, 11 out of 12 disciples died cruel deaths for the gospel. They were not just handing out cookies. They were calling out sin. Should we expect no less?
Jesus suffered a cruel death for the gospel. Did he not? Didn't he tell us to take up our cross daily and follow after him? Guys, flip back there to Matthew chapter 5, will you? Can you flip back there? Flip that Bible back open real quick. Hey, who's he talking to, remember? Talking to the disciples. He ain't talking to everybody. If you want to be my disciples, you're going to have to pick up your cross and you're going to have to follow it. So it says, I could keep on going. If you want to be my disciple, well, you just want to be saved, or do you want to be a disciple? Want to be saved or be a disciple? Because they're not the same. Verse 11. Blessed, 10. Roger, I'm going to let you read just for old time's sake. Verse 10. 5, 10.
Just am so tired of love all the time. Here we go. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Man, does that tell you something there? Why are they being persecuted? For righteousness. We're going to be on the streets. Hey, you can go down and have a daggone homo parade in downtown Wichita and everybody be out there applauding and clapping and praising you. You go out there and you stand against abortion, you're being persecuted for righteousness' sake. Brother, yours is the kingdom of heaven. Those are Jesus' words, by the way. Keep going, Raj.
Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me.
Because of who? Because of him. They're going to hate you, persecute you, say all manner of evil against you, falsely. What's it say to next?
Rejoice and be glad.
What? Roger, rejoice in what?
And be glad.
At what?
Of the persecution.
See, yes. He sees it. He knows it. He lived it. He understands it. He said, don't be poor mouth and sad and cry. Rejoice. Be exceedingly glad. Not just happy about it. Not just put on your happy face and go get a happy meal. Be exceedingly glad that you're counted worthy to be spit upon and cursed at and called names and have people turn against you and those of your own household calling you. Rejoice! Why? Keep going, Raj.
Because great is your reward in heaven.
Where?
In heaven.
Oh, my Lord.
For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you.
My goodness. What's the next one?
You know what I quickly say, Dave? Look how weak the church is, and you just have to. How's things been going the way we've been doing it? How's it been going?
The last thing we want is persecution. That's the last thing we want. And so what do? We go get pastor protection acts passed by our legislature so we don't get persecuted when you are, in fact, going contrary to what the gospel says. I said a few weeks ago, made people mad, I wish they'd arrest a few more pastors. Throw a few more of them in jail. That's a blessing if I read it right. It's a blessing. Why? They did it to him, didn't they? Jesus go to jail? Yep. Jesus get arrested publicly? Yep. Paul get arrested? Yep. Paul get flogged? Yep. Yep, sure did. Why? Same reason, righteousness' sake. It's a blessing in it. Paul said, I've kept the faith. I've finished my course. Kept the faith. I've done what I was supposed to do. I didn't flinch. I went out and I stood for my Savior. See, the greatest sign of love, think about this in your own relationship with your wife. How does your wife know that you love her? If you love her, you serve her. You say you love Jesus, you serve him, or does he serve you? See, you pick up the phone, call him, and he brings everything to you? Well, are you doing anything in return? You serving him at all? Say, Coach, you're preaching a works gospel. Well, faith without works is dead. Maybe I am. See, I'm doing works not to get saved. I'm doing works because I am saved. You missed it. I'm going to say that again. I'm not doing works to get saved. I'm doing works because I am saved.